Drug Test is a show I've been doing for 2.5 years in a wonderful science comedy bar in the Lower East Side called Caveat. And it's a live monthly comedy show about psychedelics. And each show would be about a different drug. And I would do that drug with a person on camera and then show clips of us doing that drug while I had scientists come on and talk about what's happening in our brains. And we would do things like a field sobriety test. I've taken an SAT on MDMA.
Wow.
Taken like Rorschach tests. A lot of one of the most interesting ones is there's a test for proprioception I would use where I would trace along their wrist up to their crook of their elbow, and they would have their eyes closed and they would have to guess when I got to the crook of their elbow. And people universally perform significantly better on psychedelics than they do when sober because they know their bodies better. They're feeling things more intensely. So I also had musicians play music sober and then play music on mushrooms. This one guy was so talented. He was my guinea pig one show. I had him, play piano on mushrooms, and I also had him run lines like in a scene, sober and on mushrooms. It was truly a fantastic experience. Like all these people, I was just editing my website yesterday to take down all the events. I'm very lazy about editing my website. And so I was taking down all the future events I had on there. And I went through some of the old clips, and I have just been unbelievably blessed with the people who have been on my show. I just feel like an absolute, I don't know even the words to describe it. Like it feels, if you watch like some show like the Dana Carvey show, you'll see every comedian that ever was going to exist was on that show at one point. I felt like that, where even though a lot of these people are not famous yet in their respective fields, that I knew it was imminent and that they'd all been together in this platform. And it was a deeply gratifying feeling.
So it had to go on pause because of COVID. You're planning on bringing it back or doing it virtually?
Planning is pretty high of a commitment term. I have too many files on my computer that I can't delete. They are all the video files from my show. And I am desperate to do something with it. I think I may turn it into a web series or a podcast. I haven't quite decided. And the show itself was meant to be live. And so part of me doesn't want to desecrate its memory by trying to revamp it as something it's not. But I think there is a deficit in the market of like very physical psychedelic education that shows people what it actually looks like. So I'm loosely thinking about it. Any collaborators, please reach out to me because I would love some help if you have a platform or editing skills.